Hello, fellow old schoolers, and welcome to the semifinals of the Long Island Cup 2019. And in the semifinals, we have the deck, berserk-atog, blue-red counterburn, and myself. And the first match we're going to see is between the deck and berserk-atog. And the deck pictures of all these decks have been featured in previous videos throughout the tournament, sometimes several times, so I'll not go through them again here. But you can watch the older videos to get a feel of what's playing here. Otherwise, I'll just risk repeating the same information over and over. So here we go. They're duking it out to figure out who will go to the finals. And the berserk-atog is mulligan down to 6 cards here, starting off with a Mox Jet and a Volcanic Island. City in a Bottle turn 1. I'm surprised that he plays it here. I think the better option is to wait a bit and see if you can get some cards destroyed with it. The deck answers with Volcanic Island and a Mox Pearl. And here's an Anger of Mithra from the berserk-atog. He seems a bit mana-starved here. He can't make a land drop in this round. And here the deck disenchants the City in a Bottle, so now he can get in, and there's a Library of Alexandria. I think it was bound to happen. We know he plays with 4 disenchants. Would have been better for the berserk-atog, I think, to wait with that City in a Bottle and then cast it now or when the deck is tapped out to destroy the Library of Alexandria. He has that Anger of Mithra though, so it does damage to the deck to play that Library of Alexandria there. Oh, there's an Abyss. Getting rid of the atog deck. Oh, this is not good. The atog is really mana-starved here, and the deck is in control. He has that library saving up for it now. And the berserk-atog has drawn an Ancestral Recall, but wisely he holds back. I think the deck is bound to have a counterspell, but he's really mana-starved. He has to Chain Lightning his opponent here. Oh, and the deck puts down a factory. That surprises me. Why? I think he should save up for that library. Oh well. And he attacks. He gets bolted. I don't think the deck knows which kind of deck he's up against here. He's attacking early with a factory against a full hand of non-land cards, so there's bound to be a bolt. But he doesn't know at this point which archetype he's against, I think. It was too aggressive a move. Second, Anger of Mithra coming out. The deck has a lot of artifact mana though. It will do damage to him though. He counters it. And there's a book. And the atog deck still waits for a second Anger. He's testing for counterspells. Yeah, no counterspell. Okay, so that actually is an opening for the berserk-atog here. Putting down a factory costing him 4 life, but he needs to make stuff happen here. That's a Mox Sapphire. And a Blackwise. That'll shut the Library of Alexandria down. So many counterspell targets here. But the deck only had that one counterspell in hand. So the berserk-atog attacks and it gets bolted. Makes sense. And the deck really has to. He draws with the book here, but he has to make sure he doesn't get too full a hand, because the Blackwise will do damage to him then. He really needs to draw a disenchant and get rid of that Blackwise ASAP. If he could do that, he could draw with the book and get in with the. That's another book. And get into library range that much faster, and then he would have a 3-card draw, and now 3-card draw each turn. Okay, still no counterspell. The berserk-atog has a regrowth. That's getting the Ancestral Recall right back. Casting it, no counterspell. This is actually, I thought the atog deck was a goner here, but he's actually clawing back into the game. 2 Ancestral Recalls in 2 turns now. Lightning bolting again. really bad to be mana starved against the deck, because the deck it doesn't require that many rounds before it can get in and take control. But he has a lock on the deck here, because if the deck draws with the book, he'll get it within Black-White's range. If he puts down a land, he'll take 4 points of damage from those Anks of Mithra. And if he doesn't put down a land, he'll accumulate card in the hand as well. So a valid form of play here would actually be to hold a bit back for the Atog deck. Not allow... Okay, he time twisters here. Oh, but the deck is at 1 life, so it makes sense. Yeah, it gives the deck outs here, but it will still put him within range of the Black-Wise. It will put the Atog deck within lower range, and he can draw some burn. But we'll see the deck might draw a lot of answers here. Next hand. That's the second Black-Wise. We need a counterspell here. If he has one. Draws with the library before that. Then counters. And then disenchants. Okay, so now the deck can make stuff happen here. Was a bit of a risk with that time twister, but I think it makes sense still. But now that the deck has outs, it can make the books work, and it can ride that Library of Alexandria and draw even more removal. Getting rid of those 2 Black-Wises was key here for the deck. Passing the turn to the Atog player. So both players have a working library here. And the deck has at least 1 book to activate. But the deck is hanging on with its nails at 1 life here. Trying to lightning bolt him. He draws a card. Draws another card. He needs a counterspell here. Not a single counterspell. That's game. It's game 1. Atog player didn't have a lot there. Berserk and an Atog. So yeah, the berserk-atog took the first one with that bolt. The deck really couldn't seem to draw enough counter magic in this one. So they're both sideboarding here, and then we're going to round 2 of this matchup. This time the deck is on the play, so those Black-Wises won't be nearly as potent. As I said in the archetype analysis, sometimes the berserk-atog will sideboard the Black-Wises out when they're on the draw, but he hasn't done that, and I don't think he should either, not against a controlled setup like this. The Black-Wises are worth their weight in gold here. Oh, there's that combination. Turn 2, Black-Wise, Ank of Mithra. Okay, but the deck has an answer for it. Choosing to get rid of the Ank of Mithra, probably considering that would do him the most damage, and he can get down his hand pretty quickly with that Mox Jet. Oh, and the berserk-atog is actually mana starved again here. Only a single target, trying to put out an Atog, getting blue blasted, and there's an Avoid Fate. It's a green counterspell. It can counter an interrupt, or I think a sorcery. Or is it an enchantment? Yeah, I think it's an interrupt and an enchantment targeting one of your permanents. I'm not really sure I can actually counter an Avoid Fate, a blue blast, because I'm not sure if the Atog is a permanent at that point. It hasn't been cast yet. But someone might know. Someone more knowledgeable than me. Okay, so the attack survived, and now the deck has to face down a hungry Atog, but those artifact targets are not very good to eat at this point. He needs both the Black-Wise and he needs those Moxen. So I'm not really sure the Atog will get that much boosted at this point. I don't think he should do that. He can attack for 1 though. And the deck has disenchanted the Black-Wise anyway. And he does this, of course, in his own turn, so that the Atog won't draw benefits from eating it. considering blue blasting the atog, but choosing not to, and I think he should hold back with that blue blast as well. No, he actually plays it here. And there's another one, but the atog is a legal target now. Okay. If someone knows if this is a viable play that you can avoid fate against a countering blue blast, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Let everyone know. I don't think it's legal. So he attacks with the atog and eats the Mox Ruby here for 3 points of damage. It does mana starve him even further though. Lightning bolt. I think the deck should allow that. Okay, but okay, he uses to use a counterspell on it. Okay. He said, I can't see. Is he at 11 life or something like that? Took a point of damage from that City of Brass, I presume. Yeah, taking a single point. It surprises me that he uses all that counter magic for small spells like this. But perhaps he's afraid that he'll get too low in life and then he'll be vulnerable. But still, I would save those counter spells for Anks of Misra, Black Wises, Ancestral Recalls, etc. Okay, he puts down a moat. Okay, he sideboarded that in, I think. So that holds the atog back, but he gets another lightning bolt to the face here. But the atog, he can't cross that moat. And there's a recall in the hands of the deck here. Time walking. I don't think the atog deck can actually remove enchantments like the Abyss and moat, so he has to burn his way through now. All his creatures are walking. There are no flying creatures in that deck, so the moat has shut him down completely. But there are all those bolts. He regrowthed one and just shut it. So the deck recalls, trades a red blast for a blue blast. It makes sense. He needs to shut down all the burn spells. That's all he needs. Perhaps a mana drain would be better because they are sonic blasts. He shatters the Mox Jet, that's fine. Counter all the burn spells and hang on for dear life. He's probably sideboarded Ivory Towers in as well. There's the Ank of Misra. Yeah, he shouldn't counter that either. He needs to stop the killing blow. Save his counters for that. Another Ank of Misra. Oh man. There's the bolt. And there goes the deck's blue blast. And a Wheel of Fortune. He needs to counter this as well, I think. No, he had no more counter magic. This is so bad for the deck. There's a bolt. And the deck is down to its final life again. And there's a Blackwise, another killing blow, passing the turn. And the deck casts Ancestral Recall here. Does he... no counterspell? Does he have... no disenchant? That's game. So the Blackwise kills him. Yeah, surprising. The berserk-atog beat the deck here in a very convincing manner. 2-0. Nicely done. So one of the real powerhouses of the format has been kicked out of the tournament, and berserk-atog is coming in to the finals here. Now let's take a quick look at my games. So this is the semi-final between me and Blue-Red Counterburn, and look at this artwork. It almost looks like the Yusimjin is having the flying men for a snack here. That's a good omen. Anyway, this is round one, just preparing here. And this guy has played against the deck we saw earlier, and there's a recording of that game on this channel, and there's a picture of his deck there. Starting off rather meekly with a scrubland, won the roll-off to start, and he has a flying man. Choosing to Swords to Plowshare, that's showing a lot of respect for that flying man, I suppose. He forgot to remove it from the graveyard though. Sinkholing his volcanic island. Sinkholes an underground. He strip mines an underground sea. It's a Badland and a Chaos Orb. So just hyper destructive opening here. I wonder if I have a draw 7 or something. It's a bit weird to as a time walk. It's a bit weird to sort of partial like this. There's a Mind Twist for 3. That's why I time walked. I wanted one more land drop, and then the Mind Twist could be better. So he attacks with the factory, drawing first blood here. As a Serenity to be freed from the composition A. And a Serenity to be freed from the blue-red Counterburn deck. The reason why they don't look alike is because there was a misprint in the series of Revised, so it has an if Biffy freed on it. Choosing to Chaos Orbit. Let's hope this hits. And it does. Okay. And then flying over and smashing face with that Serenity to be freed. Oh, he waits for me to take damage from the Serenity to be freed, and then he Sonic Blasts it. Fair enough, at least we got 5 points of damage on him there. Attacks with the factory and I disenchanted. And there's a vampire. Nice that he has used his Sonic Blast at this point. A factory, and then attacking at that factory can block his factory, so the board state is looking good. Oh, there's a Chaos Orb. You should have used it there, I think. I got an extra drawing. I could have drawn a disenchant. But no disenchant, okay. And I suppose there was a valid flip. It's too fast to see. But sitting there live, I presume we saw it. So he counterattacks with the factory. Now we can just trade blows. Oh, but he has a bolt. It's very dangerous to attack like that when he has so much burn, but then again I couldn't block him anyway. Oh, so he brain geisters for 3 here. Has a Mind Twist and a Sonic Blast. So I bolt him. Oh yeah, looking through his graveyard here. The reason I'm doing this, I remember this now, is because I have both a wheel and a Time Twister in hand, and I wanted to make sure that he doesn't have any real nasty stuff to get back in. So I Time Twister him here. I do this because he's just brain geisted. So that's also why I bolted him. And I use a Time Twister here because I want to get the Wheel of Fortune back into the deck. I like those draw 7s with Underworld Dreams. So we've made a couple of errors here. The Time Twister's back in the deck, and his Flying Men is back in the deck. So yeah, it's a rather late evening at this point. Okay, that's a Black Lotus on the starting hand. Not too bad at all. Sol Ring. And then a tutor. Just got to make this work before he untaps. Get as much down as I can, because I know he plays with counter magic and he has likely drawn into something here. So, getting an Underworld Dreams out. And I didn't tutor for that. I tutored for something else. So now it's his turn to tutor. Getting a Lab of Alexandria, and then no, okay, he dropped that. He Mind Twisted me, And that's what I tutored for, the Wheel of Fortune. I had the Undual Dreams in hand, knew I could play it there. And it was a fine play from him, just tutoring for the Mind Twists. The odds were in his favor to get whatever I tutored for there. So this is pretty bad. I'm down to 1 card at this point. The Flying Men. Now he comes over with the Factory. And I know he has plenty of removal, probably against my own Factory. So I sinkhole his Factory. His untapped Factory. And then I'm counter-attacking. I know he'll likely shoot it down, but I want to trade here because there's an Undual Dreams on him and he has way fewer life than I do. Yeah, and it forces him to use a Sonic Blast on it. He's down to 3 life at this point and I'm at 10. Still, he has those attacking creatures. That's 3 points of damage right there. Down to 7 life. Oh, drew a Mox Ruby. Oh, he lightning bolts me. Down to 4 life here. Sonic Blast and that's game. And actually, oh yeah, but he's at 2 life and now he's at 1. So if this keeps trading, he can put me down to 1 life here. Then I can just pass the turn back, and if he doesn't have any burn, that's game. The Undual Dreams will kill him before his creatures can kill me. So it's a very, very tight race here. Down to the very inches. So he attacks. I'm at 1 life. Does he have a burn? He has a chain lightning and I chain it back. And right here I thought that's a draw. I mean, we both get burned out. But as it turns out, he actually wins here. Because in the modern rules, you die instantly. So I can't chain it back. Yeah, so he's up 1-0 at this point. Now we're sideboarding. And in a heartbreaking turn of events, there was a malfunction in the second round of this match, so it didn't get recorded. But I actually won that game in round 2. So we're going into round number 3 here. With everything to play for. In the final battle to get to the finals. And he mulligans down to 5 cards here. Starting out with Mistress Factory, Soul Ring, and a Chaos Orb. I'm just starting with destroying his lands here because with so few cards in hand, it might be difficult for him to have enough mana available. And there's an Ancestral Recall. And there's a Hypnotic Spectre. He doesn't have any colored mana, but he has the Chaos Orb. But this is a very important one. Oh, he hits. Nice. That's 1 dead Spectre. Okay, so following up with a Serenity Be Freed, he makes a lot happen here, even with so few cards. It's a good deck, Counterburn. And he plays it well. Okay, so Source to Plowsharing the Serenity Be Freed and putting out a Dusum. And the reason why I'm not waiting for his upkeep with that Source to Plowshare is because I'm a bit afraid of power sinks. He could have them. Still, it might be suboptimal. Perhaps I should have waited. So we tutor. He can block with that Factory and then bolt the Dusum. So it's tested. We're coming over and he just lets it in. He had some extra lives from that Serenity Freed, and there's a second Jusum Jin. And I tutored for that, actually. I could put it down at the same turn, and the other player was considering was a Time Walk here, but if he destroyed the Jusum Jin, that would be rather annoying, and I'd rather have 2 Jusum Jins, actually. So he blocks with the Factory. I Swords to Plowshare it. So he gains 2 life, gains 3 life and takes 10 points of damage here. Taking 2 damage in my upkeep. I think he's at 11 life here. Damn, Jusum Jins, they work so fast. So he bolts me at his end step. And that's it. Yeah, he can't do anything with them. Once they get out those cards, and it's actually, I think it's one of the weaknesses of the blue-red Counterburn, that he doesn't have Swords to Plowshares. So it's a real headache for him to remove 1. And if I have 2 Jusum Jins out, that's a lot of damage, and he can't Sonic Blast them. So yeah, the Composition A takes this one, and I'm off to the finals. Rather surprising, I think, that the Tier 1 decks, the Blue-Red Counterburn and the deck, has just been eliminated. And the finals are between Smash-Atog and the Composition A. So the party and the night continues at the Long Island Cup. We're off to the finals.